Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 10, Episode 15. So let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so we are still in Barcelona. It is day 2. That night, okay, remember they leaving the Crenshaw house and they moving on to the nice swanky hotel that Nene got. Everybody but Portia, okay, and when they get on the bus, everybody is concerned, where is she? Nene tells them that she felt like it was going to be best for her if she just left, okay? I thought it was cool that Nene did mention that she didn't say anything negative about you guys. That was kind of Nene leading the pack not to jump on her. It's so funny how it's easy to kind of sway these girls in whatever direction you want to. And that was Nene subtly letting them know that there was no shade involved, that she just felt like it was time to go. Candy told us, I probably won't feel like this forever towards her, but it takes me a long time to get over things. We already know that, Candy. Nene says that she suggested to Portia that Portia tells all the girls sorry to the point that they can feel it. And you guys already know how I feel about that. I don't think that she needs to do any more kowtowing and apologizing to these group of girls, okay? Everybody has done their shit. She's apologized enough. Let's move on. But again, that's neither here nor there. So they get to the new hotel. It's nice. Everybody is happy with their rooms. Good. Now, moving on to the next story that we're going to try to make a scandal on this trip. Tyrone. Shamia has been tasked to go to Sheree's room and ask her when's the last time she talked to Tyrone, okay? And then as if on cue, Andy had Tyrone call right there. Shamia gives Sheree her space and she goes and meets with the rest of the girls. So Sheree is on the phone with Tyrone, you know, talking about the shellfish and the different foods that she's had since she's been there. And the rest of the girls are in another room just kind of, you know, shooting the shits. While they shooting the shits, Candy comes with a plan. Let's take a sexy photo shoot of Sheree and send it to her man. Now, her man in jail. Okay, but you guys know, like I know, if you know anybody in jail, you know they got all kind of phones snuck up in there. Marlo let them know that. I said, you would know, huh, Marlo? We ain't forgot about all them damn mug shots. Honestly, I'm not understanding this whole, you know, sexy photo shoot that they want to have with Sheree. Like, you know, I guess it was just something to do. Not really sure the purpose, why they so concerned whether or not Sheree's man finds her sexy, even though Sheree, her fashions do be so fucked up, you guys. Oh my God. Like, everybody be doing it, even Nene. And here comes Sheree looking like she running to the mall. So, I mean, yeah, she could afford to have a little makeover, but still it was like singling her out. You know, I was just like, But whatever, we move on from there. Again, we gotta try to build on this scandalous story. So Candy asked Nene, have you talked to Sheree about Tyrone since the elephant in the room party? Child, why she say that? And Nene got all defensive. I have not talked to her. I am married. I've been married for 100 years. Don't ask me about him. That is not my man. I don't know him. That's not my cousin. That's not my neighbor. That's not my friend. We ain't never been out on a date or anything. Candy was just like, a date? Who said anything about y'all dating? Candy was like the child sitting up here telling on herself. All right, this already played out in the blogs, you guys, but you know, we gonna play along for the fucking show's sake. Nene is defensive. I, for the life of me, cannot quite understand what the relationship is with Nene, Tyrone, and Sheree. It's not a clear story. Like, they leaving parts out, just letting you know that they knew each other, but parts of it just doesn't make sense. Like, what was the capacity that all these people knew each other? Nene ain't expounding on it, okay? If you got any questions, ask Sheree, direct those questions towards her. You know, everybody was like, well, I guess we gonna leave that alone. Yeah, I guess you guys are. Well, back on this sexy photo shoot. As if on cue, Andy sends in old Sheree. They tell her we're gonna do a sexy photo shoot. Sheree's not feeling it. Like, what? My man like me whichever way that I am. He loved me this way. They was like, no. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get you all jazzed up. Marlo was gonna be the one to get your fashions together. And Sheree just goes on ahead and plays along. I don't think she had much choice. And, you know, Sheree, she knows that it's easier to just go along with the gang instead of a whole lot of pushback. So while Marlo and Sheree are in the other room trying to get together, we have Eva and Cynthia, you know, they're out there killing time, showing us different modeling poses, whatever. I thought it was hilarious that Marlo and Sheree was in the room. Sheree was like, what size are these shoes, bitch? 15? Marlo said 12. I know Louboutins are like, they run very narrow and small, so, but damn, a 12? You know your ass be doing it, yo Bigfoot ass bitch. Let me not talk. I got a 10 though. I'm just regular size 10, y'all. Marlo gets Sheree dressed up in one of Marlo's long black wigs and, some black outfit and some, leopard skin tights, and again, these size fucking 15 Louboutins. And while I'm sure it would have been bomb on Marlo, it is not Sheree. She looked like she was playing in somebody else's closet. I was just like, she just needs the right stylist to get her together. But this was all we had to just throw together what we could. And like I said, Sheree plays along. You can tell she's uncomfortable. She sits on the stair. Everybody is hemming and hawing over her and, making a big fuss. And that kind of shit does make people, when they don't like really being the center of attention, that kind of shit does make you uncomfortable. But, like I said, she plays along. That's fine. It's the next morning. Who's up early? Candy, okay? Candy ain't never late to breakfast. Candy says that everybody is hungover. They had quite the eventful night before, okay? Bravo need to quit turning off the fucking camera when the shit really go down, okay? After hours. The cameras was there and they did get some footage, but they didn't show any of us that. They showed us little clips or whatever. Everybody looked like they were having a good time, all right? There was probably a lot of drinking going on, but yeah, it looked like it was fun to be had. And I was here for it because you guys know these trips can be so tiring. I know a lot of you guys are probably complaining that this season has been boring, but I've been cool with this season. We, as a reviewer, I'm going to just let y'all in on, just the background. As a reviewer, sometimes the shit can be so draining because for whatever reason, Real Housewives of Atlanta has the most extreme fans. So even though you guys might just be like whatever with the season, as a reviewer, it's a relaxing time. You just can kind of laugh at the shade and nothing is so damn detrimental that you got to be fucking arguing with your damn rock stars all the time. So I'm good with the season. Shit, some seasons y'all motherfuckers be having me exhausted. I'm like, I'm gonna lose about 1,000 subscribers on this show. Anyways, Marlo, Nene, and Cynthia hadn't made it down yet. So it was just Candy, Shamia, Eva, and Sheree. Again, we swing it back around. The scandal that is Tyrone, Nene, and Sheree. They're just flabbergasted at how, upset Nene was when they brought up Tyrone, and as soon as they mentioned his name, she was just like, I don't know Tyrone. He is not my friend. We never dated. And Sheree was like, dated? They start showing clips from when Sheree and Nene fell out, 4 years ago. And Tyrone being involved, even brought in the part where she calls him on the phone. Even back then, I didn't understand the story. Even today, like I said, I don't understand. I know that they're leaving parts of the story out. Nene says she didn't know him. Sheree says that she knew him ahead of her. Something about a party he was giving out in Philly, and that he wanted them to come, and there was some calls made, and yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And really, it doesn't probably make sense because they're making a mountain out of a molehill, trying to make shit bigger than it was. But nobody can deny that Nene is quite defensive about the whole situation. So maybe you guys can explain to me what the problem is, because I don't know. Okay. And then as far as Nene and Marlo and Cynthia, while they laying around trying to get themselves together, okay, like I said, hungover and tired, Nene reminds them that talking about somebody else's man when she's married, it's just inappropriate. She ain't gonna put that R in there for nothing. I said, girl, you got braces too, be fucking up words just like me. But whatever, everybody gets themselves dressed and they're going to head out for the day. Now, there is some sort of civil unrest going on in Barcelona, something to have to do with the voting and the government and everything. I wasn't really trying to follow the story. Okay, but everybody is kind of not easy with what's going on. Police sirens, a lot of people out on the streets. Okay, they're just not quite sure what's what, but I'm sure Bravo and the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers are going to make sure that their girls are safe. Okay, this is their number one money maker. Wouldn't be good to see them get blown up in Barcelona. Stop. What about while they're on the bus and they're heading out for their day? Cynthia seems to be so preoccupied with Candy and being her woman. Now, I know it kind of feels like it's a joke. I feel like it's a running gag that Cynthia's decided to just kind of make her own, but a little teeny tiny part of me looks like she just seems like she just might be just a tad bit interested. Candy's a good sport about it. Why is Cynthia so fixated on me? I mean, maybe she found out that I'm just twisted down in the bedroom. But I was just like, okay, Cynthia said, honey, if Candy decided to make her own, you know, she would be the best damn housewife, fix her breakfast in the morning, make sure she was set for her day. Okay, send her out with her vitamins and everything. I said, okay, Cynthia, we got our good eye on you, bitch. Anyway, they're out on the streets soaking up local color, and they go to a ham spot. Real random. They go in there. Some of them, you know, have problems with it being aged ham. I guess they've never had this kind of delicacy, or maybe the fact that, you know, it looks like they just cutting shit right off the bone. I was like, you guys have never been to a luau? Like, you guys have never seen a fully roasted pig? I mean, you know, there ain't a big deal out of it. I was just like, child. So you just can't take some niggas nowhere. While they're there, Shamia, Candy, and who else? Shamia, Candy, and Sheree decide that they are going to split off from the group, go shopping. They'll see the rest of them later. Really, you guys know what that is. That's just code word for everybody to get together in their little cliques and start gossiping. So we see Sheree and Candy and Shamia go to dinner at another place. You know, this is better than the ham that they had to deal with. Again, we got to bring it on back around to Tyrone. You better call Tyrone. Call. But we can't call him because he's in jail. Still, he seems to be the man of the hour, right? The rest of the group are out to eat as well. And Eva was just like, you know, when she was talking to Sheree earlier, she just did not realize that Nene and Sheree had not spoken for 4 years, and that it had a lot to do with Tyrone. And Nene was just like, listen, if you want to talk about somebody's man, talk about Mr. Greg Leaks. That is my husband, and it is disrespectful for me to talk about somebody else's man, which I can't agree with. But still, the fact that Nene is so defensive, obviously, you know how it works, Nene. When these girls smell blood, honey, they got to draw it. Nobody drops shit easily, especially when you this defensive, okay? You just gonna keep them coming. You'd have been easier if you was just been like, girl, that ain't nothing, and left it alone. But the fact that you so bothered about it, they ain't gonna let this shit go, and it's gonna be a big fight at the reunion. Trust me. They gonna blow this shit up. And then day 4, again, breakfast. Sheree's a topic. Marlo says that Sheree has been quiet. Well, what do you expect? You guys have made her the focus these last couple of days. Like I said, she's not real comfortable with it, but she knows she got to go with it. Nene says the way that she's known Sheree to be is that Sheree is here for Sheree and Sheree only. I guess that's true. Nene has a problem with the fact that Sheree knew about this video from Kim way ahead of time and didn't give her a heads up. Evidently, Sheree had even told Cynthia that at the table was so much fucking confusion going on with Marlo and Portia, but Sheree said she told her a long time ago. So Nene can't appreciate the fact that Sheree didn't tell her, especially with her being the qualified bone carrier that she is. Sheree is who she is, okay? Nothing more, nothing less. Whatever. We're going to go on and we're going to get started with our day. Cynthia tells us that she wants to be baptized in the lakes of Minnetonka. Shout out to Prince, Purple Rain, Apollonia, all of them. So that's what's on the agenda for Child, let me get my words together. That's what's on the agenda for today. Okay, try to bring some positivity, some spirituality into all this negativity, even though it hasn't been too negative. So, you know, everybody gets themselves together and they leave out for the day. Cynthia lets everybody know that, you know, she wants to have this spiritual cleansing. She wants to be baptized. You know, she's just trying to stay on the most positive. So does anybody else have anything positive to say? Candy, well, I have a new song that's about to come out. Y'all want to hear it? No, not really, but go on and play it. I can't fuck with fake people. Smile in your face, no doubt, while they're plotting on me. I can't fuck with no way. I'm good on you. I'm good on you. I got the bitch out there making songs about your fake ass, okay? I'm good on you. I'm good on you. I'm cool on you. I'm cool on you. I said, girl, you better sing. That Candy is gonna make some money off of whatever the fuck is going on, okay? I'm surprised she ain't came out with something, about the sex chamber last season. I guess that was a little too hot for her. But yeah, Candy say she good on you. Shit. Cynthia's listening to that like, okay, well, maybe I didn't explain positivity too much. Okay, Candy, your song is nice. I love the vibrato, 200 miles an hour and whatnots, but still, that's not really the most positive song. Okay, so put that shit away, okay, and let's get on to Minnetonka and see what we can do. So they get down to the water. Cynthia, she thanks them all for coming. Okay, tells them to turn their strong backs to the water. And, she's just telling them how, this journey has been, the journey to 50 Cent. You only turned 50 36 times. Cynthia's 51, by the way. So can we leave 50 Cent alone, please? Anyway, while they're at the water, Cynthia passes out these candles and everybody has a name underneath theirs and they have to say something nice about the person. So let's see. Marlo says something nice about Candy. Okay, even though she's short, she stands tall and whatever she does, something like that. Eva has Shamia, okay, tells her that she's whack, she's childish, she's shady, she's tired, but she's pretty and she's hoping that they can move on. Sheree has Marlo, okay? They've had fights in the past, shows us the last trip that Marlo was allowed to go on when they had the big fight in Africa. You guys all remember that. But they're in a good place now, and Sheree, she's happy that she and Marlo aren't fighting on this trip. Shamia has Eva. She comes up with some cute little, word for each letter in her name. Don't remember it, but whatever. She also apologizes and hoping they can move on to a good place. Nene has Portia, and she says that she just hopes that Portia has peace in her heart. Something tells me that they realized that this last fight that happened with Portia and Marlo just really went too far. That they jumped on Portia unfairly, and everybody was feeling kind of bad about it. Because even Candy was just like, I probably won't feel like this forever because it's just not that deep for me anymore. So maybe by next season they'll be back to semi-normal. Nobody has Cynthia, so Marlo says that Cynthia's corny. She's like, no, I mean that in a good way. I was cracking up. Cynthia says about Nene, how she's been friends with her forever and hopefully that they'll continue to be friends forever. You guys know she loves Nene. She gets on in the water and she douses herself and she feels good and everybody is happy. Like Nene said, love and light. Alright, you guys, let me get off of here, get back to work. You guys make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel's for itsrox, and everything else I do be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.